So if you clicked on this video, that I'm going to assume that you are a fan of the Hulk. So I got a question for you. Do you agree how the MCU did the Hulk, especially when it comes to Thanos? Because in the comics, Thanos clearly states that he avoids fights with the Hulk because he knows Hulk has unlimited strength. No matter Hulk gets, stronger Hulk gets. Thanos knows he has a limit. That's why he typically doesn't want to fight the Hulk unless he has a power gem or power stone in the MCU's case. But that wasn't the part that I disagreed with. What I disagreed with was when they made the Hulk act like he was scared of Thanos. Because if you've been reading Hulk for any significant amount of time in the comics, I've been reading them since the 90s, everybody knows that Hulk is the first person that if you get the best of him, he gonna want to get his lick back. So, and ain't nobody out there that's going to scare him enough not to get his lick back. And now that wraps around to this comic, because if you know anything about the Man-Thing, then you know that when facing the Man-Thing, if there's any fear in your heart, you will burn. MCU Hulk will probably burn. What about comic book Hulk? My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We are continuing our coverage of the Incredible Hulk with number 4. Our story starts off at a gas station in Florida, and you got a guy walking home with a 6-pack, drinking one of them, and he's singing a song to himself when he comes across a frog. And he's all talking about, hey, Froggo, you might want to get out of here because you're about to get wet because I guess it's about to rain. And all of a sudden somebody calls his name. He looks over. He drops the 6-pack because he can't believe what he just seen. There's this girl and her eyes are as black as midnight. So that should be a tall tale sign right there. So she goes, you finally gonna take me home? And he's like, Ashley? She goes, come on, where's the truck? It's raining. And he goes, the truck? Baby, we wrecked it that night. It's totaled. Back when we were kids, they couldn't find your, and then she cuts him off and goes, oh, don't worry about that, honey. I'm still pretty, ain't I? So he's like, Ash, baby, I'm so sorry. And she goes, don't worry about that, honey. Come on, let's do it under stars like we used to. Come on, Jake, step off the road. Again, another tall tale sign. And he's like, Ash, I've missed you so bad. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. Not this time, baby, I promise. I'll never leave. Sure enough, so when he steps into the water, something grabs him. And she goes, I've been here since you drove me here blacked out drunk. And you lost my head out the windshield. And he just screams, oh God. And only the frogs see what happens to this dude. So now the story cuts to Bruce and Charlie. And they're in the back of somebody's pickup truck. And Charlie asks Bruce, has he ever been here before? And he goes, yeah, I've been here. And she goes, I thought it'd be prettier than this, you know, the ocean and all. And he's like, this is the wetlands. So there's nothing much around here except for marsh, mosquitoes, and hurricanes. So she goes, yeah, me and my friend were fixing up my grandma's old Mustang to drive down here. And Bruce is like, hold on, time out. You got a broken down classic to run by yourself? So then Bruce is like, so what have we done once you got down here? And she goes, I don't know. It didn't matter as long as we got out of Still County. So then Bruce is like, well, you can have a life down here. You already know how to fix cars, so you can get work pretty easily. You can maybe go to community college. And then she cuts him off like, you still trying to get rid of me, huh? And he's like, well, where did that come from? And she goes, you scared because the Hulk likes me more than you. You scared because I'll be strong like him. You banner, I'm not going anywhere. So they go into this restaurant. Waitress pretty much tells them they can have a seat anywhere. They sit down. She's still yelling. I'm talking about what you looking at. And he goes, I'm just wondering if you're really this pissed off all the time or you just put on a show for the Hulk. So she tells Banner to go and screw himself. And he goes, I was caught in the blast of a gamma bomb. You probably thought a prolonged exposure to the Hulk would give you powers, right? Maybe a blood transfusion or something. It's more complicated than that. You're not getting the Hulk's powers. Not ever. And I don't blame you for being mad all the time, especially obviously what you've been through. You had a rough go at it. You're just looking for a dad or a brother or something. And it's not your fault that you drew the shortest straw ever with me and the Hulk. I lived on the road more times than I could count. But something's different this time. There's something watching us. And Sister Sadie said it's called the eldest. Eventually, it's going to catch up to us. And if you're around me, you're going to get killed. And though being around a Hulk makes you feel strong, but you don't need a Hulk to be strong. You escaped your dad and you made it all the way down here to the coast by yourself. You made it. Now rest. I'm gonna get us some food. So while they were talking, there's been a newscast that's been going on in the background to bring up the mutants and how Orcus is still trying to hunt them down, which at the time of this recording, there's a whole different story going on with the mutants and Orcus. But then all you hear in the background is manhunt in Eastern Kentucky continues as federal agents investigate the horrific murder of a Still County man. Victim's daughter, 16-year-old Charlene Tidwell, is wanted for questioning. Miss Tidwell may be traveling in the company of another person and should be considered dangerous. If anyone has any information about the whereabouts of Charlene Tidwell, please contact the number that's on screen. The federal investigation is ongoing. There's a lady that was staring at the TV and now staring at her, and all of a sudden this young boy walks over with some food and she goes, "Where's Banner?" And the boy's like, "Oh, the guy you came in with? He bought the food for you and then he left." He's like, "Do you need anything else?" She starts to cover her face, gets up and goes to leave. She's like, "Hey, don't leave. You don't want to be on the roads when it's raining like this." So then it cuts back to Bruce. He's walking down the road, but doesn't get too far because the road is flooded out. And he looks down and goes, "Perfect." But then he's looking in the water and he sees two red eyes looking at him. And he goes, "Oh God, aren't you?" And then it cuts to Charlie, who's running, yelling, "Hulk, please wait, Hulk." She's starting to get real desperate, so now she starts yelling, "Banner, hold on, wait. I think I'm in big trouble." And then all she hears is, "Charney?" And it's her little brother saying, "I'm cold." Now, obviously this little boy is dead, just like the girl was at the beginning. She understands he's dead, but she can't believe that she's seeing him right now. And she's like, "Okay, it's okay, don't worry about it." And she's like, or he's like, "I'm sorry." And she's like, "No, that wasn't your fault. It was Dad's fault," and so on and so forth. And he goes, "Pick me up." That is a bad thing. That's going on. Banner is in front of the Man Thing. And he's like, "I know you're Ted Silas, or at least you used to be, the Man Thing who guards the nexus of all reality." And then Banner's like, "It's been a while. I don't think we come this far south. Listen, I'm in danger, and I think you might be too. There's something after," and all of a sudden the Man Thing grabs him. Now, he's burning, and there's a reason for that. Now, don't quote me on this because it's been a while since I read anything with Man Thing in it. But if I'm not mistaken, he secretes sulfuric acid, so that's why when he touches you, you burn on the outside. And if you have fear in your heart and you face the Man Thing, then you will burn from the inside out. I think. Don't quote me on it, like I said, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But that is the two reasons why Banner is burning and screaming, and he can't do anything about it because the Man Thing just pulls him into his body. But then you hear a roar come from inside Man Thing, and it didn't come from him. Then all of a sudden you see a hand pop out of Man Thing. It's green, so you know it's a Hulk. It grabs Man Thing's head and it takes it right off, and then the Hulk pops out screaming, yelling because he's pissed because Banner got burned. And he probably felt every last bit of it. Now he's mad as hell. And then Ted goes, "Hey Hulk, we need to calm down." And he's like, "No, ain't no calming down right now." And Ted's like, "Look, you're in the Nexus right now. I'm sorry to bring you in here, but we have to speak. The Nexus is in danger right now from something called the Eldest. She is too strong for me alone. Older than anything I ever seen." Then we cut to Charlie. She's still talking to her brother. And he keeps going, "Pick me up, Charlie." He goes, "I want to go home." She's like, "You're Earl. He's dead. You're not real." And all of a sudden, Earl's voice changes and goes, "But you want him to be, don't you, Charney?" And all of a sudden, someone grabs her by the foot. And we see it's a huge monster that's been just killing all kinds of people because you see that drunk that's right there above him. Can the Hulk take care of right now? He needs to deal with the Man Thing.